our body is ready for sitting. Placing the blanket down so the knees are comfortable. Sitting on our heels. Extend your spine. Sit up as tall as you can for a second and then come forward to all four. And actually, today we are going to start all the way from the ground. So move forward and lower your torso down to the floor. Placing the forehead down to the ground. Softly move your hips from side to side. I call it shimmy. And then place your fingertips next to your chest. Press them into the ground and bring the shoulder blades towards your rib cage or back. Tailbone is moving down away from your torso and tuck your toes under. As you inhale, lift your kneecaps off the ground, engage your legs. Exhale, release the legs down back to the floor. Inhale, engage, press your fingertips down. Exhale, release, even relax your shoulders a bit. Inhale, extend, engage. Exhale, release. And another one, inhale. And exhale. Extend your toes away from you. Place your hands a little bit further away and slowly, gently come up to a baby cobra. So the top of the feet press down, the pubic bones press down, and slightly lifting the chest and lowering down. So guys, if it's only the head, because that's what you are ready for this morning, or whenever you do it, then it's only the head. The bottom line is that I want to keep my spine nice and long and breathing comfortably. One more, very gentle, very, very gentle. And then slide your hands back next to your chest, press your hands, fingers into the ground, push back up to all four, and make yourself comfortable in all four. Meaning, hands come underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and ever so gently moving the hips up and down. I can see it on my hyperextension is not a good idea. Press your fingers into the floor, extend through your elbows, and enjoy the movement. And then make the movement bigger and bigger when the tailbone and the head comes down and the tailbone and the head moves up towards the ceiling. Rounding. I can share with you how I like to breathe with these, but if it's the other way around for you, please go for your own rhythm. Okay, so for me, this is the inhale and that is the exhale. And then one more time, arch, and then ease back to neutral. Neutral would be the navel and the floating ribs are in, and we extend the right leg back. Square the right hip, so the right hip moves back down, and elongate your head forward. Then bend your right knee around your spine and take the head towards the knee. Extend your right leg back and reach your head forward. And ground. And extend. And round. And extend. Keep your legs strong and active. One more time. And place your toes and balls of the foot down. Extend through the right leg for a second. Then place your right knee next to the left. Come up to your fingertips a little bit. Ease your wrists. Breathe. If you have to, maybe you place one hand down, the other way around. No weight on it, okay? Unless you have very good joints in your wrist. And the other hand is just a slight little tiny stretch, counter stretch, and then placing the hands back down. Extend your left leg back, square your hips, pull the navel in, engage and elongate your spine, You remember, you want to get taller. Then exhale, round your spine, pull the knee and the forehead towards each other, and then extend it back. Broaden the collarbones. And round. And extend it back. And round. And the left hip just wants to fly up and away from this. Keep it as squared as you possibly can. Pull the navel in and create space in your back. One more time. Press the fingers to the floor, not overwhelming the wrists, okay? Then place your foot down, tuck your toes under, push back through the leg, then release the leg down. All four. Hands underneath the shoulders, press them into the floor. Extend your right leg back out again. And this time, square your hips and extend your left arm forward, extending the right heel and the left fingers away from each other. Balance, breathe. Then open the left arm to the side and bring it back to the front. Opening it to the side, bring it back to the front. One more. Then place your left hand down, right knee down, and reset your hands. Pull the navel in, engage your spine by elongating, and stand, press or push your left leg back, and extend your right arm forward. And we breathe. How do I feel? What is my experience? You remember, if something is a great pain and sharp, electric, then it's no way that you stay in it. Okay? Open the arm to the side, bring it back to the front. Breathe. Then lower the foot down, hand down, bring the knee in, and wiggle yourself back towards your heels. So here, you might just stay up here and place a blanket underneath your hips, because that's your maximum. You might have a furniture near you and you place your head over it, or you come all the way down towards the ground. Maybe placing the hands underneath the forehead and rest in child's pose a little. And breathe. Relax your shoulders. Then please reach your arms out to the front. Forehead can come to even to a little pillow underneath here or a block. Release the elbows down, or if your head is on a furniture, release the elbows onto the seat of the chair or couch. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling, bend your elbows, place your palms together, and release your hands down over the back of your neck. Back of the head, or maybe just keeping it up here, whatever your shoulders are saying that it's possible for you. Now, if bending the elbows is not an option because of issues already existing, then you notice the issues and we respect them and create ease in your shoulders, maybe only turning the palms up towards the ceiling and resting this way, opening the arms to any length. So you find your edge. You breathe into that edge. And we are moving away from judgment in our practice, at least aiming for it. So when we find something that we cannot do, we become curious and we ask that part of our body, what can I do to help you to heal? What is the message that you bring to me about myself? Please release your palms back down to the floor. Come back up to all four and breathe. Place your right forearm down to the ground underneath the shoulder. Extend your left arm over and place your forehead over your forearm and rest. Now, if this left shoulder or right shoulder is in pain, you adjust it to your needs. Okay? Maybe you just go back to your furniture and you only gently folding over that. Release down as far as you can. The thoracic spine, it's between the shoulder blades, that part of the spine. It's usually for most people tend to be, and it is very much more rigid than the lower back and the cervical spine. So it starts out this way. But as we gather sadness in our hearts, and as we drop moving more our bodies and reaching and doing any sorts of back bends in our lives, then it becomes even more rigid. So this one is a fantastic release, but it can be a lot. If you have enough of that earlier than I say so, just take yourself away from the pose. Let's come back up. And let's switch to the other side. Left forearm moves down to the ground, right arm crosses over, and we rest the forehead over. Or then some of you might just do a gentle child's pose. If you are sitting on a chair and you have a table in front of you, you are sitting and you just lean over the top of the table. Actually, guys, I pulled two cards this morning. One is balance, and the other one is creativity. So, if it speaks to you, then follow these guidelines. And please come out of the pose and let's move back to a seat, and we are going to move into our meditation. So do any movement, extra movement that you are still needing in order to sit comfortably. And for those of you who are new, I like to sit on something to make it easier for myself to stay in an upright position. We put enough clothes on so we are not cold. And setting up yourself for a so-called successful meditation, which would be that you are less concerned about the discomfort of the seat and more about what is happening, inside, and how quiet we can become. I think Eric Schiffman said that, now I remember. He's the fantastic. We love him. Many yogis love him. And he said, just take your time. Take as long time as you need to settle into that seat. And he was so right. It's just, that's a little preparation. That's a ritual by itself that I am setting myself up for this. Now, even myself, most likely, I feel that today I'm going to change my posture at one point. It could happen. And so if you feel that you need to change your posture, just change your posture. Meaning, if the leg goes numb and you don't feel it and it bothers you, you extend it out and you continue, for example. And if it's spent enough time in that position, then you might just rebend or find another way to sit. Everything is quietly gently moving. Okay? So let's start. 18 minutes. So sit up tall. Place your hands on together. One hand comes to the other palm and the thumbs gently touch. Place it in front of you and rest it on your lap. Sit up as tall as you can. And sit on your sit bones and look around. I want to start with this because I want all of us to create a habit out of this practice when we look around and we note and state everything as we see it without touching anything to that. Lamp, light, floor, candles, whatever it is, you look around. So we talked about judgment. It's so many of us like, oh, I should clean it or organize it. Nothing. Just look around. So when we feel that so often anxiety or discomfort and it's just a flashback from somewhere, from the past maybe, then that practice can help. Just stating the simple fact that I'm here and I'm safe, and I hope that you feel safe wherever you are. Then really close our eyes. And if you cannot close your eyes because of whatever reason, just gently look there, soften your gaze. And whenever you're ready, you close your eyes. So we are breathing. You feel the breath. It's present. And then we bring our awareness to the sensation of touch. We hold a mudra and the hands rest on our laps. And it has a certain feel. The legs and the hips, sit bones rest on something. It has a certain feel. The clothes. We feel the cold and the warmth on our body. Notice it all. And just like before, we don't necessarily jump to like or dislike, even though we do. We just, oh good, so it's cold, it's warm, it's soft. Then we move to the sound. If you hear a sound from further away from the outside of your house, apartment, you welcome that sound as well as whatever you hear now here in the room, the place where you are. And again, just stating it as is. And then we come to the smell. We notice which nostril is more open to breathe through this morning. And to the eyesight. To see darkness or maybe some forms if the eyelids are closed. Relax the temples and the forehead around the eyes as you come to this sensation. And then relax your lips and the corners of your lips as you come to the taste. Relax your tongue. Relax your forehead. Yeah. If you release your back a little, just sit up again. And we come to our breathing. And we look at it. And we welcome it. It's soft. It's present. And if for you it's hard to focus on your breathing and focus on a sensation that gives you comfort, the most comfort. And then we say hello to the inhale. And we do the same with the exhale. Just one breath. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. And then we come to observe the end of the inhale just for a tiny moment. We imagine that everything stops. And that tiny moment becomes the pause when the whole universe reveals itself. That emptiness, and within that emptiness, everything that we want to know, that we need, presents itself. But we need that space. So as you come to the end of the inhale, just stop for a brief moment. Notice that stop before you exhale. If anybody, any being comes to your mind, in meditation we tend to say hello to the being and then allow the being to leave. And even if someone comes to you who is a difficult being in your life, we are in such beautiful sacred space when we meditate that we have the power to smile, say hello, and let the being move away from our consciousness. Then bring your awareness to your heart. Heart center is wherever you describe your heart center. Physical heart, just above the stomach, center of the chest, around the navel center. Heart chakra. We are all different. I want to respect it. So bring your awareness to your heart center. And notice a light in this heart center. Just a tiny flame. And as you look at this light, it starts to shine and create light everywhere, not just in its tiny space, but it gets bigger and more spacious. And then you see that light moves out of your physical existence and surrounds you. And keeps just getting bigger and bigger, and everything has much more beauty because of this light. This light is love with capital L. And this light also warms us up. It feels that the whole body relaxes and feels safe. It feels welcome. It feels that it's received. And we feel that we are home. This is our home. As we are going to sit today in silence, I invite you to bring your awareness to what is the easiest for you to focus on. Maybe the mudra as you hold your hands. Maybe the breath. Maybe you have a mantra that you like to say over and over. Repeat it silently. Maybe focusing on your heart. Or just finding that little space between the inhale exhale where you can rest, where you can relax and expand that emptiness and rest in it. And we are going to sit for 7 minutes in silence. take a deep breath in. With your hands, open your eyes. And let's change our seats first. Extending the legs out slowly, gently. Moving the feet around. Allowing the blood to flow again. And then sit in another or same posture for another few seconds, please. Sit up tall, place your hands together at your heart, and gently bow your head forward. And from the bottom of our heart, we express our gratitude towards everything that we have at this moment. If life is hard, we have the breath, we have the resources that we can practice together, we can sit together. We have water to drink, food to eat, and shelter. And for that, we are grateful for. And we invite to your hearts all the teachers, loved ones, ancestors, friends, pets, who have been helping us to come to this very moment in life. And we thank them for the lessons, for the love, for the care, for the life that they give us. Thank you. And we need them. And we have to recognize the fact that we are in the midst of the pandemic, which is a worldwide trauma. And there are millions suffering at this very moment. Using the power of the love that we have gathered together and the quietness and calmness that we have achieved. Either think of one being or send it out to all who are suffering the matter prayer. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be content. And for ourselves, may I see the truth. May I speak the truth. May I feel it. Thank you for your practice.